this is what I will say now about women in the workplace. If I've seen this, is if the man develops something like a company or a business and he wants to pass on that business and keep it to where it is, the status quo, women are great. They'll do exactly what they're told and do it very nicely, an organized way, and they're very loyal. And they don't ask a lot of questions. They don't complain. They just do. They're serving a man. This is women's nature, to serve a man. But if a woman's on top, then we end up with a circus situation if the woman is the manager. But in most cases, if we start a big company, let's say an insurance company, or Goldman Sachs or something, well, then you want women to come in. And the men are on the top, and the ladies are just making things run smoothly. Okay? But the problem is, this is what feminists complain about. Well, we don't want to serve men. I don't want to wash dishes and do laundry. I want to have a career, evidently making money. Well, if you want to have a career, you got to go to work, and you got to do it in your hours. But in the old days, you're serving a different master. Women, in the old days, the women would serve their husband and their children out of love and spiritual rewarding. But they didn't have to go to work, let's say, to earn a paycheck. Well, now, women are not in the leadership positions and so on. They're just serving a different master. And they're doing it for money. They're doing it for money. Well, this ties into the same idea. What is important to people? Well, it depends. If you're a Cain type, money and power. It's really all that matters, and survival. But if you're an Abel type or you're a spiritual person, like most women are, happiness, safety, security, knowing that they will be taken care of when they're older, peace of mind, inner peace, not chaos. They don't want stress. They want things like they're at home. The number one fear of women, by the way, is to be alone. That's their number one fear. Number one fear. For men, it's to be useless, not have a point, purpose. Isn't this what's happening? Isn't this the primary human fear? Is now diffusing throughout our society? Women are being alone. No one's taking care of them. They have no love. They're working for money. But those aren't spiritual values. And the men don't have a purpose. They don't like jobs. They don't like going to work and being no chance to get ahead. And no man puts their arm around them and tutors them like a mentor. And you don't have these situations. And men don't really learn skills and generally, and they don't work with their hands, which is really important to a boy. So spiritually, the people are not only truncated and stunted, but they're very unhappy in their most primal way. Women feel alone, unloved. They don't have families. They're just serving a different master. But the difference is now they're serving a master and they're being paid for work. But in the old days, a woman would serve her family for love, companionship, and security when they became older, and not just thrown on the side of the road as soon as their looks disappear. This has to be the biggest fear of women in today's world. What's going to happen if I lose my job? Who's going to take care of me? It's so primal of a fear, man. I'm going to see such reactions. Because it's the most fundamental fear of a woman. And then the men, they don't have purpose, so what do? Get drunk, watch sports, play video games. They deal with it in their own way. But both genders are suffering.